Volition List. What is Volition List? What is this video? If you saw the Volition video, if you saw the Eudaemonia video, you will know that there are statements, phrases, states of mind to respond to bits of fear, to respond to pain, to respond to the struggles in your life that will lead to the conclusion. Mental clarity. Every problem in your life, every motivation, the deepest reason why you're struggling is this. I went through the trouble of doing a deep surgical analysis of all my life problems, of my emotional issues, of my motivations, and I discovered that they all lead to the same thing. They are all rooted in the same issue. And the way to reach that root from any of these problems or motivations, I found out that it was ultimately the same way. Every problem in life is a problem by virtue of this nature. I'm about to tell you that nature and how to respond to it so that you can reach the conclusion, so that you can reach the solution. This video will serve as a progress report. It will also serve as a reference for me to practice this mentality as well. Do this as if it was the most important thing in your life. Every time I broke into Eudaemonia, it was because of this. Don't just understand it conceptually, but emotionally as well. This is the mental maneuver that you will be practicing. Lingering dissatisfaction. Desire cannot be satisfied. Desire is not meant to be satisfied. Temptation is the onset. Be sensitive to the introduction of new sensations in order to deem them done. Rituals of fasting bring these subtleties to manifest. Adhitthana. The practice of adhitthana is the ritual of fasting. Do not swipe left on your pain. It prolongs the process. Let the dust settle. Breaks. You cannot take a break from trying because you are dealing with non-breakness. There is no such thing as rest in Eudaemonia. None is necessary when all is grace. When you swipe left without effect, this sensation, this craving sensation, not meant to be gotten rid of. Never do anything in desperation. When you do things in desperation, first of all, it won't fix the problem. Second of all, the more you respond to that desperation, the more of a grip that desperation will have on you. That's why you never do anything in desperation. Desperation is just an aversion mindset. Never be in an aversion mindset. Always be detached. If you are in an aversion mindset, then you're acting underneath desperation. And it doesn't matter what you do, if you fix the problem or not, you will always feel like that aversion has a grip on you. Uncovering anathema, the stop method. Have no thoughts. No appropriate action is conjured by thoughts for sensation. Aversion is caused by deem it, so deem it done. In aversion, everything is wrong. There is no way to fix it, so just abandon it. In fact, the only way to fix it is by abandoning it. Imagine you're playing a game, and it doesn't matter how you move in that game. It doesn't matter what move you make, you will always lose. What is the way to beat this game? Is to not play, is to just not play it at all. To just abandon it. Because if you fix it and remain there, it will also be wrong. Because being there is what makes it wrong. You playing that game is what makes you lose, is what makes you a loser. Truly fixing it means leaving that status, that state of mind. When you are trying to beat the game, that is aversion mode. You have already lost. If you try to play the game, you have already lost it. Your goal is attached to sensation because it is unallocated. Unallocated energy is the spontaneous generation of pain. The only reason sensation or pain is an issue is because you've bought into a paradigm that is based on sensation. If you're always concerned about your sensations, about what you feel, then sensations will be a problem. Because if you bought into a paradigm that sensations matter, then you will think that these sensations should be felt and other sensations should not be felt, and you will always have a problem with what sensation you're feeling, and you will want to feel more of this and less of that. And sensations will always be a problem because of that. You will always have pain because of that. A paradigm based on sensation is a paradigm based on aversion. If you do something to feel better or be better, you have already failed. You wanting to embody desire is another desire. If you want to embody desire, if you want to meditate and reach enlightenment, to be better or to feel better, that paradigm is based on sensation. So you will already have a problem with sensation. And trying to reach enlightenment only reinforces your unenlightenment. As far as rewards, you cannot reward yourself for the work you've done. Non-aversion based paradigm. There is no reward at the end of this. Keep this in mind as you're meditating. There is no reward at the end of this. There is no reward for your meditation. There is no such thing as a goal in Eudaemonia. None is necessary when all is grace. There is no goal for you to reach. Gravitation toward pain. You do not go one way until you accept the possibility of its opposite. This creates a paradox often, because that means that you bury yourself in pain so that you can learn to accept it. And because you haven't accepted it, you have a pain to bury yourself in pain. You feel like you have to bury yourself in pain. And when you're not in pain, you feel like you're in pain because you have not accepted that pain. And that creates a paradox. Accept the possibility of going one way without accepting the possibility of its opposite. The present is the opposite of the other. Accept it in order to move elsewhere. So you have to accept the possibility of not accepting the pain and just being okay with the present self. Accept the present self above anything else. And the way you do that is by getting rid of all those fantasies that go through your head. And just being in the present, being in the way things are. Whether you have learned to accept other possibilities or not, just be with the present. Get rid of all those thoughts, get rid of all those fantasies. And if those fantasies and those thoughts come, be okay with them as well. The best evidence to show that you are okay with the situation is to be able to leave the situation without accepting it. That shows that you have really accepted it. If you can leave it without confirming with yourself that you have accepted it. Don't swipe left, it has no function. You are not ready to get out until you make this your home. Catch-22 into pain sensation. You are not meant to escape, you are meant to overcome. Let go of letting go. What is better? A world with force, a world with demands and incompleteness, or a world complete where everything is attained? Theoretically, you should be okay in both, but both the pain and the peace agree. If you're in a world of pain, you agree that a world of peace is better. If you're in a world of peace, you agree that a world of peace is better. They both concur. Because a pain mentality is a mentality that seeks accomplishment, that seeks peace. That is the definition of pain. That is the definition of dissatisfaction. You are supposed to be able to bear all of this. That's why your mind continuously gravitates towards it. You don't need artificial distractions. You don't need to cause your own pain. You don't need to cause your own distractions. Because what you need to accept is this need, this pain, that makes you cause yourself pain, that makes you cause yourself distraction. Desire is not meant to be satisfied, it is meant to be embodied. Do not hit the snooze button. Pain is the prod to wake you up. Sensations, when you have these sensations, when you have these pain sensations, that's your body trying to wake up into this reality, into the reality of these sensations, into the reality of these limbs. Are you going to hit the snooze button and make these sensations go away, or are you going to wake up? You do not appreciate pain by creating it. Pain is non-appreciation. 24. The desire to wake up is an awakening part of you. If you feel like you need to be enlightened, do not satisfy that desire. That need, that yearning is an awakening part of you. That's you getting enlightened. If you feel the need to wake up, if you feel the need to get out, if you feel the need to be enlightened, keep that awake. Keep that sensation. You're supposed to feel that. There's no such thing as satisfying that because you're supposed to have that sensation. Let go of letting go. If you feel force, you have material to work with. Do not dismay. It's not instruction to do something, it is a path to realization. This is interpretation instead of action. You do not have to do anything, but if you have any reservation against doing something, you know that your interpretation is off. You should be able to feel free to let things happen as they happen in the physical world. Your interpretation is what matters. Deeming. Pain is a decision of anti-volition. Pain is a decision to disagree, to deem an adversary will. It doesn't matter what you do, it will always come up short and incomplete unless you deal with this deeming habit, because you will deem it incomplete. It doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny or disciplined or undisciplined or lazy or energetic. It doesn't matter what you do in the physical world. If you're deeming, if your interpretation is off, you will always be dissatisfied. You will always feel like a failure because of it. If you're disciplined, you will feel like a failure because you're too disciplined and not relaxed enough. If you're undisciplined, you will feel like a failure because you're undisciplined. Incompleteness is not due to being incomplete, nor is it even due to saying it's incomplete. It is due to you not saying it's complete. So get this in your head. It is complete. It is done. Desire splits. There is an independence between limb action and limb experience. Separate your emotions, desires, from your actions. One is will, the other is experience. They should function independently. Liminality action, and liminality experience. Whether you accept it or not, you are done. Whether you think you are done or not, you are done. Done has nothing to do with the state of affairs. It has all to do with your decision. Deeming. You choose when it is done. Emotions, thoughts, sensations, allow them to happen. Do not control them. You are done. You are meant to feel this anyway. You are done. It is good that you feel this. With what you feel, you can learn to say, you are done, whatever you're feeling. The goal is to be. It is done. What would it be like? Visualize attainment and deem it possible. The stop method. You are not trying to stop your thoughts and body. You are simply being the stopped. You're not trying to stop. You're simply realizing that you are the stop behind the thoughts and body. Pretending, being, observation, creation. You are good enough even without them. The goal is to be. Performing the rituals of fasting like it's done for no reason. When you fast, do it for no reason. Do it just for the enjoyment of the sensation. To be. Indeed, it must be done for no reason. If it is done for a reason, then you are operating under sensation, aversion. When you fast, make sure you do it for no reason. Make sure you're not expecting any reward at the end. Don't do it to obtain something. Do it because you have something. When you fast, do it because you have grace, because you're graceful about the situation, because you don't mind the sensations that come with it. Think of the worst case scenario and just enjoy the sensation that come up. Sometimes you don't even have to think. Sometimes they happen. Liminality, experience. What is sensation? Sensations are emotional limbs. Emotions are limbs. Limbs are the means to your goals. You use limbs to achieve the goal. The emotions are not achievement. You use them to achieve your goal. Liminal stage. I am done. Therefore, there is no reason to control emotions. You are just as you are. Emotions are not an achievement. It is not an achievement to be happy. There is no reason to try and be happy. There is no reason to control your emotions because you are already fulfilled as you are. You don't need to feel pain, just as you don't need to feel pleasure. It's okay if it goes away. Deem things good. Whether you feel pleasure or whether you feel pain, it's good. Emotions, thoughts, sensations happen to me. I allow them to happen. They are of no concern to me, and therefore they do not dictate my actions. I do not make them. My will and decisions are not attached to them. Go through life without trying to feel this or that. When you achieve a goal, make sure the goal is achieved without hoping that it will make you feel a certain way. Do not be attached to your emotions. I do not care to control them with my decisions. They do not dictate my decisions because my decisions are not based on emotions. Sensation is an awakening part of you that is meant to be awake and active. Any sensation, sadness, loneliness, happiness, pain, pleasure, they're an awakening part of you that is meant to be awake and active. Goals and ambitions are of no matter. They do not achieve anything. They only lift up dust on sensations. Let yourself feel the sensations. Do not lift up the dust so that you can no longer perceive them. You are meant to feel this. It's good that you feel this. Appreciation is empowerment. Keep composure. I am big. I am above these sensations. I am above this pain. I am above this weakness. I am above this numbness. Whatever you're feeling, you're strong enough to take it. Say, it is done. But say it is done with your actions. Say it is done with your physiology, not just with words. Antagonize with a smile. Say it with your smile. No complaint, no tension, no thoughts. No complaint, no tension, relaxation, enjoyment. Because when you say no complaint, you are already complaining with your words. Just as you cannot be silent by saying silence, silence, silence. By saying silence, you're not silent. By saying stop complaining, you are already complaining. If you say silence, you are making noise. That's why don't say no complaint with your words. Don't focus on not complaining, just relax. It's something that you do, not something that you say. No complaint, no relief. Don't expect any relief. No evaluative thoughts. You stop complaining by not expecting anything, by not expecting relief. You do not accomplish silence by saying silence. Evaluation equals tension. Whenever you try to evaluate something, that's what creates the tension. That's what creates the complaint. That's what creates the force inside you, the frustration when you're trying to evaluate things. Relax to wake up. Let yourself feel these things. Let yourself feel this frustration. Let yourself feel these emotions that you consider negative. Don't try to stop it. Just relax and let them come up. Let the dust settle and wake yourself up slowly. Relax to wake up. Dream is made of tension. It takes less effort to wake up. Have this mentality. It takes less effort to wake up. If you just relax and let these emotions, let these sensations, let this pain flow through you, that's you waking up. It takes less effort to wake up if you just allow these things to happen. It takes more effort, it takes more energy to try and stay asleep when you're trying to get rid of all these sensations by doing a lot of stuff, when you're trying to get rid of anxiety, when you're just holding it in, and when you're trying to do different things to drown them down. That takes effort, and that makes you numb. It takes effort. Resting wakes you up. Relax and you'll wake up. Resting wakes you up to better bear sensations from awakening. Relaxing opens your mind to awakening. Empowerment. Volition List derives positivity. A functional philosophy, sound positive affirmations. Say these without words. The positive affirmations that you say. Say them without words, but with actions. The final task is this. Take things as they come. Develop awareness and volition as needed for practicality. The elements of the volition list are this. They come in 3 categories. Desire is not. Desire, reinterpretation, and call to action. The elements in the first category are W, awareness, 5, aversion mode, 24, meta-aversion paradigm, arrows, the gravitation toward pain leads to acceptance. In the second category, desire, reinterpretation, we have I, interpretation paradigm is greater than action. L, liminality. In the third category, we have the elements. Z, it is done. Arrow, fancy to turn into reality. K, composure. X, null. O, B. H, appreciation is empowerment. Omega, archetype. Theta, anathema. R, worst case. And X, antagonize. 6, etc. and asterisk. Those are the elements. Each element can be divided into 3 categories of action. The 3 categories of action It's not this, it's this, and do this. So with lingering dissatisfaction, you have desire cannot be satisfied. You are meant to feel the sensations. It is good that you feel what you are feeling right now. That is, desire is not meant to be satisfied. Desire is meant to be embodied. Embody this desire. 24. You wanting to embody desire is another desire. Stop. It is done. Awareness. If you feel force, you have material to work with. Do not dismay. Get to work reinterpreting into you are done. Manifest versus sensitivity. Be sensitive to temptation. Temptation is the onset. It is awakening. Do not hit the snooze button. Feel limbs coming to life. Sensation, B. Do not swipe left, it prolongs the process. Let the dust settle. 5. Aversion mode. Awareness trying to get out is aversion. Never do anything in desperation. Stay where you are. Never be in aversion mode. 24. Paradigm based on sensation, trying to get out. Do it for no reason. You are only not accepting that you are already there. Let go of letting go. Arrows. You are not ready until you make this your home. Do not leave without fulfilling what you came here to do. Be at peace. O. Unallocated energy is the spontaneous generation of pain. Allocated. B. Allocated by being. Sensation, A. Do not swipe left on your pain. It has no function. It is like closing your eyes for safety. Keep your eyes open. Recognize. Feel the lingering danger. Do not accumulate. See the ultimate function. Wealth, awareness. It offers some satisfaction. It ultimately offers anti-satisfaction later. Get the anti-satisfaction now. I. It is not a habit of action. It is a habit of interpretation. Interpret, it is done, regardless of action. Limbs. Do not quench pain, sensation. Sensation is awakening. You are meant to feel this. Feel limbs coming to life. Deeming. You are not trapped. Pain is a decision of anti-volition. Decide. K. Composure. Do not believe anything that implies any force or inadequacy, that you are being oppressed or destroyed in any way. You are adequate, there is no danger. Even if there would exist attackers, even if there would exist evil. Keep composure. I am big, strong. Say, I am done with my emotions. I am done is inherent. H. You do not appreciate pain by creating it. Pain is non-appreciation. Appreciating pain creates empowerment. It is okay if pain goes away. Let sensation be or not be. Emotions are not meant to be managed, controlled. They are not the goal. Emotions are limbs. They are means to your goal. Allow them to change. Detach. Goals are not based on them. Complain, pursuit is aversion. If you complain or if you pursue, it is aversion. Don't complain, neither with your words, not with your gestures, not with your facial expressions, not with your posture, or even your physiology. Keep your composure.